Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first edition of Can We Talk with me and my best friend, Khal.
Hey,
So, we're thrilled that you all are joining us today, and we look forward to doing this series. We're excited about it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in a moment. But first, I want to extend a heartfelt happy birthday to my Epsilon boy Vice, who turned 13 today and is celebrating his birthday right now in the city. I wish him a good time, and we'll talk about the body count when you get back. But want to send lots of love to Vice on his birthday today.
happy birthday, Vice.
So, can we talk? So, last year, you all know, Khal and I were doing the Dynamics of Dynamics series. You guys made that amazing. Such great questions, such great feedback, a lot of follow-up. And what we found in the course of kind of looking at that and what it meant was that a lot of the questions that we received as many about non-leather things as leather things. Like just some off topic that came up because I forget what we're talking about or we start blathering on. And people would follow up on that. And so we decided to move to a different format where we could talk about topics in a less structured way. The tagline for this is chats about life and leather. And that's really what we want to do. Just kind of talk about what's happening in our lives, what's happening in the world, what's happening in our leather community and the LGBTQIA KP plus community. That's important to us. And also to have a little fun. So we're excited to bring this to you. And well, we'd love some feedback. Let us know what you're thinking. If there's something you want us to talk about, if there's a topic that you're interested in, if there's a topic you want us to avoid, should Khal put a shirt on, any of that kind of stuff, let us know in the comments. Just so you know, we are on a new streaming service where we are simultaneously broadcasting and recording on the House of Steel channel, as well as the House of Steel Facebook page, as well as the House of Steel YouTube channel. And I'm also live streaming to my homepage. And so we will be getting your comments. So if you have any, please feel free to drop them in and we'll take it from there. Any thoughts on that, Khal?
I just wonder why you're focused on a shirt that I could be wearing versus anything else that I may not be wearing. That's it.
Well, depends.
No, not wearing those. No.
Well, I'm not going to do the kilt check for that. I will take your word on it that you are not dependable today. But not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, whatever gets you through the day.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Thankfully, one of the few conditions that I'm not dealing with right now.
We got enough afflictions.
I know. But before this turns into grumpy old men, I do want to say I am recovering from a week of being very ill. It's finally settled into bronchitis. And so if you see me mute myself in the middle of something to stifle a call for or something like that, I apologize in advance. Please excuse me as I'm fighting my way through this nastiness. So to kick things off, we're going to play a game that we like to play in the house. Excuse me, not fast enough to mute. We've introduced a segment this year called speed dating, so that it helps you to get to know the guest who's on that day. We did it in the fireside chat with Jace the Caveat, and we did it in the first Dynamics of Dynamics with Reese, my protege, as co-host. And we are going to play a variation of that today. We're going to do speed dating, but it's the who knows the other best edition. So what we're going to do is there will be a question asked. I will provide what I think Khal's answer is, and Khal will provide what he thinks my answer is. Now we have a special guest host for this segment who has my answers and Khal's answers, and will determine who knows the other best. And we will be tallying the scores in the background today. Also, thanks to Alpha Boy Ogun and Beta Boy Switchblade, who are producing today's broadcast. And I'm going to ask Boy Ogun if he would just keep a tally of who has of our answers, so that we can know at the end that I know more than Khal does, and there's definitive proof of that. So
now your boy keeps score.
Well, my boy is keeping score because you need to talk about our special guest host today.
So, speaking of special guests, and by that I mean special ed, let me introduce my alpha boy, Boy Io.
Hi, guys.
Boy Io is currently at home in Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely.
Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So right now he's enjoying 78 degrees and sun while we're dealing with whatever this is outside today. That's all right. When I see him again next month, I will beat him. He's enjoying heat, and I'm not.
Yes, I'm sending.
Don't worry, Khal. Keep living the way you're living, and you will be very warm for a very long time. So no worries.
I'm perspiring.
So hello, nephew.
Hey, uncle. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. As Sis said, I'm enjoying some heat, so I'm just going to send some your way. That's some good healing, positive vibes. Bronchitis. That sucks.
Bronchitis.
I'm going to tell you, it's hard being out in these streets ministering to the people, trying to bring people over to purity. It's difficult.
Definitely.
But I do my best.
Definitely.
And you know what? It's nice knowing what your best is. Amen.
Only you and a small stadium-sized crowd of people know. So,
like when the Dallas Cowboys play.
Yeah, except I can finish.
Oh dear.
Unlike the Cowboys. That's the only difference. All right, well, let's kick off this game.
Definitely. So, we have 30 questions that we're going to go through, guys. As you are aware, you have the questions. So you're familiar, you'll give me your answers. And so we're going to take it one question at a time. So, Uncle SteeleToe, because you were gracious enough to invite Daddy and I, Sir and I, to join you today, I will kick you off with the first question.
Thank you.
So, what do you think is Sir Khal's most sentimental piece of leather?
I would say his first flogger, the one with the really long tails.
Okay. Sir, what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
I
What
know
do you
what so my first piece of the most sentimental piece is actually not that. But that's a very good answer. The flock would have to be number 2. But this vest I'm wearing now was gifted to me by a Legionnaire, and it means so much to me. It means so much.
Okay.
That is beautiful. Shout out to Legionnaire.
Definitely. So this is your time to say, what do you think is his most sentimental piece? Uncle SteeleToe, that is.
His gloves.
My gloves are high on the list of favorite, but not sentimental, because I bought all my own gloves. My favorite piece of leather is technically not a piece of leather, but it's a extension of my leather journey. It is my original black shine brush. And that is because that is the brush that my father, who died in 1993, taught me to shine my shoes with. And for some reason, I had kept it all of those years. And when I became a Bootblack, I used that as my black shine brush. And I would, when I went to IMBB, the brush was starting to, just be overused and needed a break. So IMBB was the last time I used that brush. It's in display in my office now.
Oh, wow.
But because of that connection to my father, and it makes me feel like he's been a part of my Bootblack journey. And I have a little piece of him with me in the Red Room, which is my favorite space.
And
That's
I saw in your notes, sir, Uncle, that you retired it in 2022. So that's from 1993 to 2022, you said.
It's actually from 1989 is when I got it. I got it at the beginning of my senior year. And my father was like, my father was a stickler. We couldn't go to church or go out the house with our shoes not being shined and everything. We lived 5 blocks from the church, and it doesn't matter how cold it was outside or how hot it was outside. If he was ready to leave for church and you walked out and your shoes were not shined, he would send you to shine shoes, and then you had to walk to church. And you better not be late to church. So he was very strict about that. So he gave it to me in 1989. I took it with me to college because by that point he was all in my head about my shoes, and brought it back. And that was the brush I used for my stuff until I started blacking in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, it's early in the game. This is one question, so nobody got it. So that's all right. We'll make it up. So question number 2, Sir Khal, what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's favorite kind of date? Would it be coffee, dinner, or museum?
And this is first date.
Mm-hmm. First date, yes.
I would say a museum date, because he's intellectual and he's curious about this, that, and the other, loves art. And that would be a great talking point for him to really bring him out of, well, he's never in the shell, but to really converse with him and to understand him a little bit better, a museum.
Okay.
And that is absolutely correct. I feel like a museum provides many things to talk about. And so if you're struggling, there's always some conversation starter. And it's also a great way for you to have conversations and get to know each other, even based on what you're seeing and how you're reacting to it. So definitely a museum.
Okay. So
and I will say that Khal's answer is also a museum. I think he enjoys people to be able to see, things from his childhood. And no, but seriously, I think for the same reasons, gives you a chance. Khal is all about communication, all about getting to know you. So I think a museum provides a great atmosphere for that.
So the correct answer is actually, since I spent 29 years in a museum, I'd prefer just a coffee date, and I can do all that talking and stuff like that there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If I never see another museum again, I would be okay.
So Cousin Ogun, that's one for Sir so far because he got Uncle SteeleToe's answer correct.
You don't have to look happy about it.
Who?
You?
So I mean, Uncle, I'm rooting for you.
You're supposed to be neutral. You're in the middle. You're supposed to be
I'm
neutral.
rooting for you both, though. I want you both to win, really and truly.
Don't worry, I won't disappoint you.
All right, good. So let's jump to question 3 then. Uncle SteeleToe, what do you think is Sir Khal's favorite guilty pleasure TV show?
You know, I actually have no idea. And not because I don't know TV shows that he enjoys. I don't know what I would consider a guilty pleasure TV show. That's where I'm getting tripped up. So I have absolutely no idea. But just for the sake of humor, I will say Meet the Browns.
So it's actually any of the home TV remodeling shows on HGTV where they redo a home and then bring people in to show them what they did. I love those shows. I can binge them for 3 and 4 hours at a time. Love them. And I think that's part of me saying it's time to buy a home.
Yeah.
Make sure my guest room is nice, maybe teal accents.
Right next to the right next to the red room.
Shut up.
All right. So Uncle SteeleToe. No. Sir. Sorry. What do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's guilty pleasure TV show?
Anything horror.
Okay.
Not true. It is Poirot. Nope. Poirot.
You do get into that British shit.
Yeah, the Agatha Christie show with David Suchet as Hercule Poirot is my guilty pleasure. I've seen every episode 100 times. It is not only a guilty pleasure, it is a comfort binge for me.
Yeah, I should have known that wasn't going to be right because I can't even say that.
But you're right. You know, I love a British detective show.
Okay.
You get all the crime mystery with none of the violence. Very little violence in those shows.
I should have said absolutely fabulous.
You know, I do love it. Oh, yeah, wow. Very much.
I had to look that up too. When I saw the answer on SteeleToe, I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay," but interesting. Kind of watched that.
It is excellent. You know, I've read almost every Agatha Christie book.
Okay.
And Poirot is one of my favorite characters in detective fiction. Love. Definitely. So I recommend. Give it a try.
All right. So let's jump to question number 4, guys. Sir, what do you think is a kink that Uncle SteeleToe would love to try but haven't tried as yet?
They haven't made it yet.
Really?
He's done everything. He's tried everything at least once.
Yeah, but he listed something, so you better guess.
He flagged yellow for Noah, okay? I don't know. I have no clue. I really have no clue.
I have no clue? Okay. Uncle SteeleToe, you want to tell him?
It would be fire play. I have never experienced it as a sub, and I haven't been trained as a dom. It was on my 2024 Kinks to Learn list. And I learned 3 others, but not fire play yet. But it is definitely on my list.
Okay, so look out 2025, Uncle SteeleToe.
2024 isn't over yet.
Oh, okay. All right. So Uncle SteeleToe, what you think is Daddy's on? What do you think Sir on is?
Well, based on our conversation about depends earlier, no. Sounding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well done, Uncle SteeleToe. Yes, it is sounding.
Very good. And you know,
Put times 2, because that's on our list.
so I mean, you know, like anytime you want to jumpstart that, have rods. We'll disinfect
travel.
and insert.
Before 2024 is out, sir. Maybe.
So, and it's so I will say, it's one of the few kinks that I haven't tried where I'm really solely interested as a dom. I just know I really want to experience it just to see what just to see what it's all about and truly understand what the sub experience is. But I'm really interested in sounding as a dom. If I had the same interest as a sub, I probably would have done it by now.
Well, if you, I have a sub that you can get trained on. So if you want to do that, you can experience it as a sub and then turn around and do it as a dom. The thing I will say is, be careful. Everyone who tries it is like, oh, I'll try it once. And nobody tries it once. People always come back.
Can you twirl your mustache now and give me
I'll just give it evil. But yeah, so be careful. People get turned out.
Okay. But that's actually on my list too, Uncle SteeleToe. So maybe you can try it on me as a dom if he wants to. It's all right. We can figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll get him trained up so that he doesn't mess you up permanently.
All right. Question number 5. We're moving. So, Uncle SteeleToe, if Sir Khal could have one superpower for 24 hours, what do you think you would choose and why?
I think, and this is really hard because of all of the mutant conversations we have had over the last 20 years. It is really hard to narrow it down. But I would say I'm torn between 2. Telepathy and telekinesis. And you know, I'm gonna say the ability to fly.
Okay.
So you're right there with everything. And all 3 of those answers was like, that's my number 1. That's my number 1. But when I thought about it, truly thought about it, I was like, the ability to be almost everywhere at the same time.
So
I chose the abilities, the powers of the Flash.
Oh.
Just to be everywhere in this fucking split second.
According to your Yelp reviews, you're very close to that speed of getting there really quickly. So I'm just saying.
Like, look, we saw it at the same time. I don't know what you're waiting for.
You know what? You win.
I got shit to do. Stay here, cuddle with Joe ass ain't one of them.
It's like I have fish in the deep fryer.
So, sir, what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's superpower that he could choose for 24 hours?
Telepathy.
You are correct. And as for the why, I have a prepared statement from my attorney. Don't answer that.
When I saw that answer on the answer sheet, I plead the fifth. I was like,
You don't need to know why. You won't even know that.
all right. So that's what, 2 for Sir and 1 for Master Seal so far, I think. Good. We're climbing. We steady climbing. We're out question 6. So, sir, what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's favorite thing about himself?
His truthfulness.
That is one of my favorite things. I am an honest person. But it's not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is my ability to be introspective. That because I didn't always have it, and it was hard work to apply it, but the same level of asking the boys or anybody who asks me for advice, why do you want that? Why do you do that? Why? Like all of these questions. I've started to turn that lens on myself, and it's uncovered some very interesting things. Many of which I would not have guessed before the work.
Okay, very good.
It's a good one.
And I think your favorite thing about yourself, initially I was going to say your ass, but then I said, no, his favorite thing about himself is probably his ability to communicate.
And what's the answer?
Communicate.
So he says his favorite thing about himself is that he is completely comfortable and content in his own skin.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say my 15-inch cock.
Well, I didn't think that we were counting things that are in drawers.
Hey, I saw Darth Vader.
So for those of you who don't know why that's funny, Evan from Asbury Park Leather gifted me a 15-inch dildo shaped like Darth Vader. But the Darth Vader helmet is actually shaped like the head of a penis. And it is for extreme anal players.
It is for hoes and pros.
Both of which I have in the family.
Wow.
So, yeah, that is funny.
So I saw it. I was like, not my Bucci cat. I was afraid to touch it. He's like, go ahead, hold it. I'm like, okay.
It's where he asks you to hold it. That's when you start getting worried. If he's like holding it in your hands, you're fine. If he starts pointing to other areas of your body, then I would run.
Listen, question number 7. So, Uncle SteeleToe, what do you think is Sir's favorite board game?
Spades.
Hmm.
So the answer is Monopoly.
Huh. I had no idea you even liked Monopoly, so I learned something.
We used to play Monopoly on the job, which showed you we wasn't working.
I have never working in software. I've seen lots of people playing Dungeons and Dragons, but that was the only game I've ever seen at work during lunch.
We were so competitive. One of my coworkers jumped up one day. He said, "This damn game gonna have blood in it one day."
What is your favorite Monopoly piece?
The little car and the thimble.
Mine, the little boot.
It would be.
Wow.
So what do you think, Khal? What's my favorite board game?
Not technically a board game, but I would say Truth or Dare.
No, spades.
Okay. All right.
If cards are board games, it's spades.
Okay.
But
fortunately, because I'm not competitive, spades can remain friendly.
But so, Uncle SteeleToe, you put an alternative, right? And I have a question for that, right? You said if cards don't count, Mexican Train. What game is Mexican Train? I'm functioning. I've never heard of Mexican Train. So you have to explain that to me.
Many people in America have also never heard of it. Mexican Train is a variation of dominoes, where you buy the Mexican Train kit. I'm gonna say if you like group games, you can have up to 8 people playing Mexican Train.
Okay.
At a time. And Mexican Train is so much fun. You get your dominoes, and you have to, once they're dealt, a double is put in the middle. You start with double 12s and work your way down to double blanks.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you have to start your train from, so if it's double 12s, you have to start with a 12 piece. And the object is to get rid of most of your tiles. So the first time you spread, you can build your train. So sometimes you can get rid of all of your dominoes before anyone else plays. And sometimes you can only put 1 down. And sometimes you can't put any down because you don't have a 12. So you then have to try 1 domino at a time. And there's some strategy. You could try to block other people and play on their trains and stuff. So there's some strategy to it. But it's a great game that was introduced to me by Boy Ford. And we have had many a night of fun and threats playing Mexican Train here at the house.
Okay.
Next time you're here, we have to play.
Just to say it's 3:35. So we need to pick up the pace.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So, sir, what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So his culinary expertise is a bit is broader than mine.
Okay.
So his favorite thing to cook? I don't know. It's going to be something off the beaten path, but I don't know what it is.
It's actually not.
It's cake. Coconut pineapple being my favorite today.
Oh, I would never guess that because I want nothing to do with coconut. So yeah.
It's amazing. I would say that Khal's favorite thing to cook. I don't know if it's his favorite thing, but I will say it's his best thing. No, you know what? I would say his favorite thing to cook might be now gumbo.
Fried chicken breast and French fries.
Oh, yeah.
My
I would have said fried fish before fried chicken.
my favorite comfort food.
Listen, what I tell you.
That's because of Mama, Mama Khal.
Yeah, he puts it down with that fried chicken too. Definitely. All right. So, Uncle SteeleToe, if Sir Khal was supposed to be a brand, what would his slogan be?
Looking for a few good men.
And still searching.
I can only be one.
Read that inside.
Unapologetically original is what he said.
Oh,
So, what you think his uncle's on?
Perfection.
I actually, well, same kind of vein. I said, be all that you can be.
Okay.
Which surprised me because after you showed me Darth Vader, I was like thinking it would actually be around take all that you can take.
Well, I mean, be as open as you can be and come to the dark side. You love it in the dark side.
That's right. That's right.
We have cookies.
Definitely. So question number 10. So if Uncle SteeleToe could describe himself as a whiskey, what do you think he will describe himself as?
Intense, tasty, with hints of caramel and leather.
Mm.
No, I said smooth, very smoky, with notes of chocolate and spice. But you would be a rye, and you would be very smooth and a little peaty.
I'd have notes of chocolate. And I'd be intense. Right, Ayo?
Yeah, he said bold, intense, well balanced with hints of chocolate, leather, and nuts.
I don't know if that's his Tinder profile or the answer to this question. But all right.
Okay.
We're not great at this. Just to say. We're really not great at this. Like, have we met? Who are you? I don't even think I know you. Okay.
I started to question like y'all really know each other for 20 years because
Hush up, boy.
all right, you'll have a few more questions to catch on to see what you're. So, Uncle SteeleToe, what is Sir's favorite song to listen to while cooking?
It is Hey Mister by Patti LaBelle. Judging from the number of times my ears have bled.
So while that's not technically correct or incorrect, I don't really look for music when I cook. I'm just always focusing on actual cooking. So I don't have a song. So, but since I usually don't want anybody in the kitchen with me, I listed Michael Jackson's "Beat It."
Okay. What do you think mine is, Khal?
I'm gonna. Since you since we both cook by ourselves, I'm gonna give you Patty LaBelle and be like on my own.
You know, you can almost never go wrong with Patty LaBelle if it's a me question. But no, my favorite cooking, I'm more of a gospel mindset, and it's Thank You by Walter Hawkins. If I wasn't a little under the weather, I'd give y'all a little taste. But I don't hate y'all today, so we're not gonna do that.
So I'm just gonna skip some questions, Uncle SteeleToe, because I want some juicy questions to be answered.
Jump to 14, and then we'll pick up at 17.
Okay, good. So, what non-fictional character, sir, do you think resonates with Uncle SteeleToe?
I think I cheated on this one a bit, so I'm still gonna use that answer, Nat Turner.
No, it is Muhammad Ali. Put his beliefs ahead of everything else. Career, everything else. Nothing was as important to him as standing up for what he believed in.
Okay. What do you think is
I literally have no idea. So I'm gonna say Nat Turner.
Malcolm X.
I almost said that. I also almost said that as my answer.
And for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, almost said that for my answer. You know the thing I love about Malcolm X? He was comfortable with his ideology evolving as he learned and grew and experienced things.
Definitely.
And I love that. All right.
Okay. So, Uncle SteeleToe, do you think for Sir Khal, a blowjob without completion is a waste of time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll call that correct. We'll say yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say yes.
And what do you think I think?
I said so much. I think if you're receiving one, hell yes. If you're giving one,
For both, absolutely. You have one job. One job, one focus. Finish it or be gone.
You had one job. That was to get it out of me.
Okay. I always have 6 minutes. So.
Uncle SteeleToe, for Sir, do you think would he spit, swallow, or wear?
Yes.
Exact answer.
All of the above. In fact, check him 20 minutes after this broadcast is over. No, but seriously, I would say where.
No, you was right. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You was right with yes.
Okay.
Exclamation marks. I was like, oh, so you can't pick one, huh? Okay.
The choices are for suckers.
So what do you think is Uncle SteeleToe's on? Would he spit,
Same.
swallow, or wear?
Same.
Oh no. For me, it's spit.
He's a quitter.
First of all, I'm not a quitter, but you know what? I'll play with your kids for a minute, but I'm not keeping them.
Really?
No.
But they say spitters are quitters.
No. I will spit in a minute and look down and be like, screw your kids. Clean them up.
And drop them off at the pool.
Drop pool, napkin, floor, whatever. Get out of here. I take protein supplements. I don't need a big so yeah, I would say spit.
Okay.
As Samantha famously said on Sex and the City when she was asked about swallowing, only when surprised. So, yeah.
All right. So you'll have something in common so far, which is I know you'll love football. So we're gonna do these two questions right here. So we have a running back edition, right? So this is screw, marry, or dump. Sir, who you think, well, with the screw, marry, or dump, we have Saquon Barkley, sorry, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. Which one do you think Uncle SteeleToe will screw, marry, or dump?
He's going to screw Derrick Henry, dump McCaffrey, and marry Barkley.
Nope. I'm going to screw Barkley, marry Henry. Because, I mean, why not have that all the time? And then I would dump McCaffrey.
Did you see that ass on primetime the other night?
I absolutely did see that. And while Saquon Barkley is absolutely beautiful, and I mean, the physique is straight out of the catalog. Like when God was like, this is what a man should be built like. Something about being able to bump up against Derrick Henry is just an amazing, amazing thing. But I am going to say that for Khal, in spite of the fact that Saquon Barkley went to the rival Philadelphia Phillies and not his beloved and terrible New York Giants, I would say he would marry Saquon, screw Derrick Henry, and dump Christian McCaffrey.
And you are actually correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. Well done. Well done.
Tied up, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. So let's jump to quarterback edition. Flog, fist, screw. Uncle SteeleToe. So we have Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott. What do you think sir is going to do for that one?
He is going to want to flog Dak Prescott. Because what Giants fan doesn't want to hit the Cowboys quarterback? The only people who don't want to hit the Cowboys quarterback are his linebackers. Okay. I would say that he would fist Jordan Love and screw Jalen Hurts.
That's actually incorrect. Huh? So he said he's going to fist Prescott, flog Jalen, and screw Love.
Huh? Okay.
And those are my answers for you.
That is incorrect. I would flog Jordan Love, fist Prescott, and screw Hurts.
Because what else is Prescott good for?
One round in the playoffs?
Where he gets fisted.
The equivalent. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So, sir, what is Uncle SteeleToe's favorite way to bring in New Year's?
With good friends, sipping on a bourbon, smoking a cigar at home, but with friends.
That is incorrect. My favorite way to bring in the new year is asleep.
Oh.
Staying up until midnight is tedious at all times. And to do it just to be like, it's a new year, is like, okay. And I'm sleepy. But I would say the answer you gave me is the answer for you. Friends, food, bourbon, at home.
Yeah.
He gave two answers though, because he can't keep one. He said his other one is on the Eiffel Tower with a lover and a bottle of champagne.
Mm.
So in that case, sir, voulez-vous aller avec moi à Paris?
Of course.
Get a room. It's not the time.
Don't hate.
And don't bring Patti LaBelle into y'all nastiness.
I ain't Patti LaBelle. I'm just being my natural French self.
It went over his head, SteeleToe.
I'm being my natural French. My natural French.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
I know. Trust me, as a French child, I must know that song.
Yeah.
My ass got work for it too. All right. Who would you choose for a one-night stand? What do you think Uncle SteeleToe will choose? Would it be Will Smith in Ali or Michael B. Jordan in Creed?
I'm gonna say Creed, Michael B. Jordan. Final answer.
Nope. It is Will Smith, but he better not try to slap me.
Because I'm not in the mood.
In the mood. And I would say that your answer is also Will Smith and Ali.
It is.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's correct. It's correct. All right. Let's jump to 26. As a matter of fact, 25 is juicy. All right. So Screw, Marry, Dump, X-Men Edition, Bishop, Wolverine, Gambit. Who you think Uncle SteeleToe is gonna take where?
Screw, Marry, or Dump, Bishop.
Yes, Bishop, Wolverine, or Gambit.
He's gonna dump Logan, Wolverine. He's gonna marry Bishop and screw Remy.
No. I'm gonna screw Wolverine, and then we can have a cigar or two. I'm gonna marry Bishop because he gives and then he takes. Or he takes and then he gives, really. And then Gambit, I will dump, but maybe an occasional fling on the side.
Okay.
And I would say for you that you were going to marry Bishop, screw Gambit, and dump Wolverine.
I think that's correct.
It is.
I think that's correct.
It is.
I think I'm beating your ass right now, but we'll wait for the final tally from Ernst & Young.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, sir, Uncle SteeleToe's favorite, would it be monogamy? Well, preference, monogamy or polyamory?
I'm gonna say monogamy, but leaning toward poly.
My answer is polyamory. Although all of my relationships to date have been monogamous.
So would that be correct?
No, it's poly. I'm not a believer that monogamy is a successful model. It's just hard for me to trick more than one person into being in a relationship with me at once. So I haven't done it yet, but I do believe polyamory is the better working model.
Okay.
And for Khal, it's definitely polyamory.
It's correct.
Shocking.
It's actually correct. All right, so let's do the last three questions quickly. So, Uncle SteeleToe, what is Sir Khal's preference at a night of a sex party? Would he top, bottom, or suck?
Bottom.
Just
Yes. Top,
yes.
bottom, side. Yes. You just can't do one thing. Too much.
That's his answer. Just yes.
All right. What do you think my answer is, Khal?
I think your answer would be suck.
And you are correct. If I had to choose between those, it would be that.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So, question number 29, well, second to last question. What is the greatest joy about being a dom in a dynamic? What do you think is Uncle's greatest joy of being a dom in a dynamic?
To have for him so many boys to love, care, and serve him.
I do love that. But my answer is seeing them grow. Seeing their growth. That's my favorite thing. And I think your greatest joy of being a dom in a dynamic is the connection.
Take it away, Al.
So he says, and I quote, being worshipped, honored, and served by a great boy. Me.
Maybe one day, Khal. I would love that for you. Yeah, that'd be great.
Wow.
As I would love it for you.
We can hope.
Wow.
Send in applications.
Okay. And the last question.
Actually, can we do 30 and then 27?
Sure. Definitely. All right. So, which of the following is the favorite way for Sir to relax? Would it be a sofa, hammock, or soaking in a tub?
It would be a sofa.
Yeah, you got that right.
It's an annoying habit I have.
You got that right.
What's your habit? Being on the sofa all the time or being annoying?
Being annoying on a sofa all the time.
I'm gonna say the same.
No,
Okay.
It's a soaking tub.
Mm-hmm.
I love a tub.
Yes,
So
I know.
you both have something in common right there.
It's beautiful. I mean, like a soaking tub with a cold beer and no place to be. That's just automatic relaxation.
Scotch on the rocks. Good horror film. Perfect. All right, last question. Number 27.
Number 27. Okay, so Uncle SteeleToe, if Sir could have dinner with any living person, dead, who do you think he would choose? So any person, living or dead, who would he choose?
His mom?
Good answer. My answer was Christ.
I guess you should meet him once. I mean, before he rejects you for all eternity.
Wow.
I guess, yeah. Wow. What do you think my answer was?
I'm gonna go with Malcolm X again.
Nah, my dad.
Your dad, yeah.
I'd be like, Dad, I have 30 questions. We only have this one meal. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be my dad.
So this is not listed. What would be the meal?
Oh, well, if my dad were there, it would be steak, baked potato, ear of corn.
Okay.
Because we both would love that.
Okay, moving along. I'm sorry.
Not bad at all.
All right, so
we have to give a winner.
oh yeah, so Boy Ogun, you have been tallying the findings.
Oh shit.
Wait one sec.
Sir, I have the score.
1 second. I want to be able to add you so that people can see you. And I didn't think to do that in advance, so we will do that now. There we are.
All right. So after a very, very, very tough game of exchanging 30 questions, the final score that I have on my tally is 7-4.
Ooh.
You have to say out loud the name of the winner and the person who was not as successful.
Wow.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. We are definitely going to do that now. The winner of today's game is my sir, Master SteeleToe the Bootblack, with 7 correct answers.
Hey.
And the person that had 4 is our Uncle Khal. At least he didn't get 0.
Fuck you. with love.
But to point out one or two things really quickly. One, a lot of the answers weren't necessarily wrong. They were true answers. They just weren't the most.
The most, sorry.
Or something. So I don't feel as bad as the score tells me I should about how well I paid attention during the course of this 80-year friendship. But I am thrilled to say that no matter how long you've known somebody, you can always learn more about it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
That is wonderful. Let's wrap up the episode with one quick thing, and I will ask all 4 of us to give an answer. Favorite Thanksgiving tradition? Aya, why don't you give an answer since you've been soliciting them all episode?
Okay, sure. So, favorite Thanksgiving tradition? I honestly have none. Why? Because we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Trinidad right now. So, I don't have any for now, but hopefully I can make one soon. You can never tell.
Well, you know you're always welcome at your uncle's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you.
And you could even bring your sir with you,
Definitely.
provided he comes with macaroni and cheese or pernil or some fish or a strawberry shortcake. One of those 4 will gain him entry.
Okay.
Would you like me to just to cater the dinner for you?
I would love for you to host. I'd love for it to be at your house and you cater. I will bring you bottles of favorites to get out of having to cook for the day.
Okay.
So yeah. Ogun.
So my favorite tradition in my household was the kids cooking the macaroni and cheese. So growing up, my mother basically would have me grate the cheese and have my sister help mix it. So that was our thing growing up. And as an adult, I now have the lead of macaroni and cheese when I cook it. So I'm the one that cooks it in my house now. And when my mom comes to visit, which she'll be here in a week, she's not touching it. I'm cooking it. So I'm excited that now I'm the king of macaroni and cheese, and I can now be able to pass it along to the next generation at some point.
Nice.
That is very nice. Khal?
Just spending it with my daughter.
Anytime with your daughter is a good time, though. I will say. Very special. Shout to Ari. And I think my favorite tradition is I like to open my home to anyone who doesn't have somewhere to be for Thanksgiving. New York City is an area where many people move to from various places in the country. And there are always people in our community who don't have plans for Thanksgiving. And I really like them being able to come and sit and enjoy a family style celebration here at the house. So that would be my favorite. So thank you, Io, for moderating the game
Thank
and
you.
joining us all the way from Trinidad. That is amazing. It's always great to see you. Thank you, Boone, for tabulating our scores, being our tally master, and producing the segment and doing all of the PR, advertising, marketing, graphics. And thank you, Switchblade, for producing this episode as well. Thank you, Khal, for co-hosting with me. If you guys have thoughts on a topic that you want us to talk about in the next Can We Talk, which is sometime next month, check the House of Steel page. You'll find all of our upcoming educational events and panel discussions and broadcasts. And remember, you can also follow us on our House of Steel YouTube page, which is H of Steel. So HOFSTEELE on YouTube. And you can also screen a number of our other classes there, including classes that were not broadcast on our Facebook channel. So thank you guys so much. It was wonderful spending Sunday with you. And for all of you, be safe, love each other. This is the time we need to be especially considerate and supportive of each other. And we will see you soon.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Always a blast. Always a pleasure seeing everybody. SteeleToe, we will be having conversation about Thanksgiving as I am directed to work a flight that day.
Oh.
Yeah, they got me good. They want me to work every day, basically. Every day I'd rather be home.
Well, I know that working will be a different experience for you. And so, you know, I absolutely feel like
Sorry, I gotta
I definitely feel like, you know, it'll be good for you to experience something new on a holiday.
Nah.
But I will say this, if for any reason weather has you grounded, you know, there's always a plate and a cocktail glass for you here at the House of Steel. So have no fear. Come with a cake. And thank you, everyone, for all of your comments. I don't see any questions in the chat. Did I miss any of them?
No, sir. It doesn't look like there actually are any additional questions.
Okay, great. So we will wish you all a wonderful day and see you very soon.
Bye, guys.
It's time to go beat up this